Hi, everybody. My name is Dominic Donardo. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Aforza. Thanks for playing this short video. Today, I want to talk about the impact that Ava, Aforza's vertical AI, Ava's promotion agent can have in the world of TPM. So I'm going to take you through a few slides and show you a lot of demonstration here. So buckle up, here we go. So a couple of words on Aforza. We are a cloud SaaS vendor. We're a vertical AI software company. We're dedicated only to consumer products, food, beverage, healthcare, household goods, that kind of thing. So customers include everyone from AG Bar in the United Kingdom through to Transmed in the Middle East and Flora and Suntory and many others all over the place. We do everything from end to end, direct and indirect route to market, whether that be trade promotion management all the way through to B2B commerce or retail execution. We're built on the shoulders of cloud computing giants, Salesforce and Google. But as you can see in the diagram here, we take all those capabilities across all those personas and we give them all a big boost with the power of vertical AI. And the acronym affords a vertical AI we've been calling Ava, who's got a real personality. We'll show you in a sec. Okay, let's do a little bit of context. Why does today's TPM hurt? If you look at all the industry analysis today, like from many people, our good friends and partners in Salesforce, will tell you that two-thirds of key account managers lose two-thirds of the day to manual admin, updating things, tracking stuff, whatever it is they have to do. They certainly feel, based on the latest state of sales report, two-thirds, which is kind of amazing when you think about it. Modern CRM has been around for like more than a quarter of a century now, and still we've got two-thirds of our time is lost to admin. So there's definitely some room for improvement there. And then we have, according to Nielsen, 60% of promotions have no ROI. If you ask McKinsey, that'd be 70%. The fact that all we know is we're not entirely sure if they make money is kind of like amazing in itself. We all know we need to do them, but what's the business impact? Very hard to measure. And then the Promotion Optimization Institute have said that about 1 in 5, 21% here, of promotions aren't effective due to poor compliance, however that is enacted or executed out in the field. So whichever way you cut it, in 2025, when I'm recording this short video, is definitely a lot of room for improvement in both how we plan and execute promotions for the consumer products industry. So what I want to do now is show you what you can do today. This is not a future, this is now, what you can do with Ava, because Ava is the world's greatest commercial coach. She is a #1 expert in commercial planning and promotion management and so forth. She's got deep knowledge of all of your customers and best practices, and she makes really good decisions, if not perfect ones. Far better than human beings do. She doesn't get ill. She doesn't go on holiday. She doesn't sleep. She's just always there, and she consistently drives 10x productivity. 10x. I hear you say, "Oh, come on, Dominic." But like when you see what I'm about to show you, I think you'll start to understand why that multiplier or that exponential impact on people's productivity is true. So let's pretend we're a key account manager. We're out in the field. We've got our mobile device here, a nice iPhone, it looks like, and we start off by getting a notification. Something's happened. It's been a drop in sales. Let's have a look. And we can click straight into the analytics and see that in our customer account, Fresh Start National, actually for the last 3 months, there's been a steady decline in sales. Of course, it begs the question, why? And right at the bottom there, you see this Ask Ava button. So we hit the button and go into Ava. And then as we go into this part of the presentation, you see we've kind of done this split screen approach here to try to explain what's going on. The left-hand side, the mobile device, is going to be that key account manager continuing the discussion with Ava. But on the right-hand side, we've given you a desktop view to give you a sense of almost a more traditional perspective on Aforza's trade promotion management solution and give you like an insight. So we're going to run these both in parallel so you can see what's happening, if you like, on the server or in the cloud at the same time as our key account manager here is engaging with Ava on his mobile device. So let's get stuck into this, and you can see um, we want to look at the promotions of running at Fresh Start National, and likewise on the right hand side we can see that there's three there: a distribution gap, green life discounts, and new brand activation on the calendar. But if you look at the left hand side, the exact same thing has come back automatically via Ava to the cam, so you can see the promotions that are running. You can see some stats out there about them. And then you have a look at it and look, dive into that Green Life Discounts one. And of course, you see the tactics that are being used there for, looks like for BA Italian Dark and BA Italian Dark 5 kilo packs, so 2 packs there. Some tactics for 10 and 20% off respectively. And you can see that clicking into the system online and the traditional interface, it's exactly the same data. You see exactly the same data there. And I can look in and see the performance statistics. Actual margins 87%. Yep, the actual margin is actually 87%. You can see like for like here. So what I really want to know is, based on the performance of all these promotions going on in this account, what should I pause? What should I extend? And Ava is going to come back and do some analysis. And it says, I recommend pausing the new brand activation, but you should probably extend Green Life Discounts, coffee and tea. And you guys can see it's giving a little bit of explanation under each one. Very simple, easy to understand what to do. But if I pause a new brand activation and extend the Green Life Discounts for the year, what would the revenue impact be? And so I asked that question, and Ava again knows. So by pausing the new brand activation, you can read this on the slide. We're going to maintain a net revenue of approximately 5.5 mil, and it gives some more explanation about how you can focus on the profitable one and reduce the less performing one. Would you like me to action these changes? And you can build in things like approval processes, of course, and all sorts of safeguards here. But let's just go ahead and action those changes. So Ryan, a key account manager, has done that. What's interesting now is if you look at the right-hand side, and we've refreshed the screen for what this looks like online, you can see that the Green Life discount promotion has now been extended, and the new brand activation has indeed been paused. And that's all happened because of the interaction with Ava that happened on the mobile device. Okay, so that's kind of get a little insight into how a key account manager going about their day, how the productivity and effectiveness is so quickly impacted from a mobile device having an interaction with vertical AI. That's just one scenario. Like there's lots you can do with this. I really encourage you to talk to us and talk about particular situations, scenarios you face, and we'll demonstrate them to you. Now imagine the other end of things. Let's imagine we want to do real-time visibility into store compliance, like what's going on from a photograph. Are they compliant with that promotion? Well, again, we can drill into the photo. And of course, on the right-hand side, we're looking at this as it appears in the Aforza Studio platform, our photo automation platform. On the left-hand side, we're looking at that photo. And again, let's ask Ava to uh, give suggestions, perform actions. But really what we want to do is summarize this asset and see what it can do. So we'll just click through, and you can see that this photo is not compliant. There's competitive products. There's a lot of red. You look at the server side analysis here. There's a lot of red on that screen. There's no promotional brand displayed, and we're out of stock in the Chalk Springs 1/2 litre bottles as well. And you can create a non-compliance report. Do you want to do this automatically? You can send it to the retailer. Again, productivity gain. It's something you can choose to do, so we can automate the creation of that. All right, I whizzed through that. There's probably a lot to see there. But let's take it back now to what we said at the start. We said there was 66% of key account managers were doing admin, not selling. I think with this kind of tooling, we can really challenge that. I think you can see with those two quick examples that we can really have a big impact on the amount of time spent doing analysis and administration and CRM work versus using Ava as almost like our assistant, our commercial coach assistant, and our interactions with it. We can drive more productivity, save time. Yeah. Um, re- when we talk about failing ROI and promotions, you saw how quickly we could take action by the analysis and execution of it to make an impact there. And then execution trust for retailers. We saw that last example with the photograph, how you can automate that to actually show with evidence and guide and coach not just your employees, but the retailers as well about promotion compliance. All right, that was a quick whiz through of our promotion agent. I'd love to get your feedback and love to hear about scenarios that you see in the field that you'd love us to support you with. All right, take care now. Bye bye.